Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our high tea. Yes, today we're having a high tea under a tree with thousand apples. Yes, with the author Sanchit Gupta. This book of his has just released a while back and is based on Kashmir's true incidents. He's a copywriter. He's also been an author earlier with another book which was called The Second Wind and has also written dialogues for the movie Behan Hogi Teri, which was starring Rajkumar Rao and Shruti Hassan. He's also been a copywriter, so a man with a lot of words, and that's what we're going to question him about, all about his writing. So let's see if he's here and let's get started. To my request, and he should be here soon. I hope your questions are ready, and I hope you've read his books. If you haven't, go on Amazon. Hello!
Hi Shweta, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I am doing very good. Yeah, is the video audio clear?
Yes, the video, audio, both are clear.
Hi everyone, let me thank you and I want to thank Shweta first of all for having me on her wonderful IGTV, which she does so frequently and gets very good people and has a great fan following. So thank you Shweta for having.
Thank you, Sanchit, for removing time in immerse of all your writing. You've removed some time to come live and answer questions for all the viewers. So thank you for that. And so, like I was telling them before we joined in, that you are a man of words because you've done copywriting, you've done screenwriting, you've done book writing, and also been an executive producer on in media shows
Yeah.
and all of that. So we have a lot of questions that we want to ask you. The first
Yes,
question that repeatedly that came to us is, what is your advice to people who want to write but are afraid to pick up the pen?
well, this is actually not an advice, but it is a fact that if you're afraid to write, then that means that you are feeling that oh somebody will judge my work. So don't feel that you want to show your work to anybody. Just like writing a diary, if you can just pen your emotions down, pen your thoughts down, then you have been a writer. Everybody has been a writer since day memorial. We all tell stories, be it in written form or be it through paintings or just when you talk to somebody. When you have a friend and you're chatting with a friend in a restaurant, what do? You are telling a story. And essentially, we say all storytelling is like telling a story to a friend in a restaurant. That's how comfortable it should be, and that we've been doing since we were young kids. So it's as simple as that. Just don't fear. Just tell a story to your friend. That's it.
That's true. Like you said, when kids are narrating stories to us, they really don't think are they being judged and they just tell us everything with so much information. So
No, you say
I
this,
think that's a
and
good
it
idea.
actually reminds me of something. So, one of the biggest influencers in my life, actually, when it comes to storytelling, has been my grandmother. Okay. Because if you remember, our grandmothers have been wonderful storytellers.
Yeah.
During the gatherings, the way, so I especially remember how my grandmother would do it. So, there is a puja gathering, there is this katha or something, and with a lot of sincerity, she would narrate word by word, and she would go from dialogue to emotion to story, and all these things, and how you should narrate stories to producers and directors and things like that. I thought she was a genius in that, and she was doing exactly that. Just knew when to say dialogue, when to say emotion, and that's it. It's a natural thing to do. So that is how we all have been doing since ages, and that's what we do, kind of. So that's all we need to try and do. That's it.
Wow, I think I'm gonna start writing my next book because this is suddenly removed even my fear. So I won't be surprised and I'll be like, Acha, I just have to talk like I talk on live. Let me just get started.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah.
So, as a writer, what is the importance of words for you?
So see, eventually, again, you have all those thoughts and emotions in your head, and you want to convey them to people. And every writer or every artist, be it an actor or a painter, they all start with a need to say something. You know? And I think that is very important. If you don't have anything to say, then eventually you'll get stuck. What do I write? Because you need to have that conviction. Words is just a medium to convey that conviction. You know, So when it comes to say films, visuals become the medium. Words are supporting that. When it comes to books, words are the visuals itself. You know, a painter has colors to portray that. But eventually, they're all medium. We must not get stuck by the medium. What is important is what is the thought that we're trying to say. What is the world view? What is it that we're trying to? What is it that drives within us? What is it within us that really wants to come out? Because when it is trying to come out, then it makes its way through whatever medium we choose. So that's basically it. That's what words are essentially. Just a medium. The thoughts are the key. What do you want to say? What is it really that's driving you? And yeah.
So you started your journey with words as a copywriter. That's how it began, right? You've been a copywriter. And what was it like when you had to do copywriting?
So copywriting was, it was for a brief period of my life. And when I started it, actually started doing that when I was in college. And that was my first kind of a professional experience, just to say. So I was doing some part-time radio before that and some other stuff. But uh, so it was a big learning in the fact that copywriting obviously teaches the brevity. The first thing that copywriting gives, it teaches is brevity. And I was actually a big fan of advertising since childhood. If I had my way, if it was possible, but that's how our lives is. I would have kind of become a copywriter at the age of 20. Just joined that
Okay.
profession and stuck with that. But that didn't happen, obviously. So I was a big fan of Prasoon Joshi when I was growing up, and Piyush Pandey when I was growing up. And Thanda Matlab Coca-Cola was like my, every thing to do. So Prasoon ji had written it. It was one of his first famous campaigns. And he had written many campaigns, but before he wrote lyrics and stuff also. So, and he also had a journey similar to me. He was an MBA also, but then, he moved in this direction. So it was quite inspirational. So I followed that footsteps, but only in a part-time way. I never did it full-time actually. And yeah, but the ads I made, the client that I worked for, so it was very rewarding, and it taught me, it helped me later on how to have that brevity in your words and that power and simplicity. So one thing that Prasunji only said once is that the thing that he focuses on is complex emotion in simple words. It's a very simple line to say, but it is a very deep line. So how you convey emotions that are complex, but words that are simple. Sometimes we make a mistake. We tend to make words that are difficult. It's a big heavy word, which is I
Yeah.
think a big mistake any kind of a writer will do. Words should always be simple. The simpler the better. And emotion should be complex. Emotions are complex, because when they're complex, then they're honest, then they're natural. We human beings do not uh, live in binary emotion. It's not a zero or one. It's always a fraction. You know.
True.
So,
So,
yeah.
copywriting is Twitter and a book is like a blog or, like Facebook where you can go on writing. But copywriting, you have limited words and
Yeah.
kind of a thing, like you said, that you have complex emotions which you have to say in simpler words and in a very few words. And you've written
Yeah.
a book and you've written a copywriting thing. So, how difficult was it, doing that?
Yeah, so as you said rightly, copywriting is more like a book. So it's sorry, like Twitter. It's just you have to convey everything in a line or two. A book is a lot more. So for a book, you have to kind of think through the whole story. That's what I usually do. To think through the whole story and different beats before I start writing. Uh, in copywriting, uh, you have to convey one emotion, but in book it is about a lot of emotions and it is kind of a journey. So it was a gradual process, and the more you keep doing it, I suppose the more you keep getting better at it. And yeah, that's how we went out. We went about it.
Did you always want to write a book or it just happened?
I always wanted to. Yeah, I always wanted to, but I never knew what is the subject that I wanted to talk about. People are saying talk about an audience, maybe you should.
Yeah,
So,
so because I am going to get back to the audience, but since a lot of people had questions, we had to talk to him about those questions. So, hello Rajesh, hello Ansh, hello Winswagger, and such. If you want to tell Sanchit things to your audience, please go ahead and give them a message and tell them your hellos and hi.
uh, I always wanted to, coming back to what we were talking about, I always wanted to write a book, but I was never really sure what I wanted to write. And when the Trees of Thousand Apples kind of happened, and I stumbled upon a subject, I stumbled upon that was kind of became very close to me. I kind of lived it for some time, and I felt that yeah, this is a story that I would really want to tell, and it kind of started coming out of me. And I did all that while I was also doing my full-time job, as a brand manager. When I was still exploring the craft and exploring how to and why to write, when the book eventually slowly happened. Yeah.
What were the hardships you faced as a debutant author?
I mean, I'm sure you have asked this question to all the live.
But you know what happens? Each one is different. Each one has faced, different hardships. Hi, Darpan. So, what was your hardships that you faced while your first novel?
I mean, you do face obviously because of the fact that, and I think it's for a reason, because of the fact that when you want to submit your work to a, a, a publisher or whosoever, then no, they're gatekeepers, okay, and that gatekeepers are there for a reason, because I think at some point they are there to help you because they help you improve your work, and I think that is a very very important thing that you don't jump into your first book, it gets published whichever way you do, and then that's it, because I think a lot of hard work goes into, I think, improving your art and improving your work at the end of the day. So I faced a lot of hardships in that sense, and I continue to. I mean, the struggle to be khatam nahi hota is the thing, and for everybody. So, so my first book, for example, I actually wrote three books. I've written three books. I have not published them. I've published two right now. The second one, which you have. So after I had written these three books, and I did it along with my job. So I took 7 years to write these three books basically, and I've
Okay.
been searching for yeah. I've been searching for a publisher for a long time. Eventually, after multiple years, so I first there is also an agent too that you try to go through. The literary agents also, but then there's a publisher also, and they are very difficult to break through because you don't know whether the person on the other side is reading or not reading, or who is reading, or what state of mind is reading. And there's always a slush pile. So that tons of thousands of suggestions on how to break through that slush pile. You don't get a meeting. The meeting culture is still not there. It's just email and the person reads. Uh, so you're just waiting for a response. No also doesn't come. A yes may come.
True.
Mostly it is no response. So, but eventually, after all these years, when I eventually my book landed with my publisher, in my case it was Bikash Ji of New Books. So he loved the manuscript, and after 7 years, like, eventually it landed with him after all that struggle, and he loved it, and the book came out in 7 8 months. Uh, but the struggle doesn't end there. It's always to promote the book, to talk about it to people. There's a lot of content these days. I mean, and in every certain form, movies, this, that. So I think it's just a journey. So one thing one must always remember is that it's a continuous struggle. You should not always think, "Arey, so everything is great or everything will be great. जब ये हो जाएगा." You need to continue to keep writing and exploring your craft. I think that's you need to focus on that.
Yeah, that is true. Every book has a different journey, a different struggle. And,
Yeah.
like we were talking about your first book, the title says it all. Second Wind, caught between paycheck and passion. And that is something all of us go through. We are like, should we stick to a salary or should we follow our passion? So,
Yeah.
You know, what was this journey? How did this title click to you? And you were obviously working at the same time following your passion. So, how closely is the book and you? And
So I mean that is I think the journey of most of us, when we have a passion. And I think a lot of people also are not even sure what that passion is. When this book came out, second, Caught Between Passion and Chase, many people told me, यार पहले passion तो भेजा है, because that in itself is a challenge. But when you know something here, this is what I want to do. Then for us, it is very difficult to take that route. It is very difficult to take that route because you also have a paycheck. And so likewise, I had this good job, steady job, this education, which you have this decent, good salaried education. So it was always this living in two boats that I did for a large part of my life, which I think everybody has to do and everybody must do. I mean, there is no escaping that, and it is that journey which kind of makes you a better writer or whatever you're trying to do as well. So yeah, have you read the second book, Caught Between Passion and Paycheck?
I am reading that right now because I just finished reading The Tree with a Thousand Apples. So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one is where I've almost started, and obviously the title has gripped me. So I'm gonna read it very
yeah,
soon. I know it's about a playwright and how he goes through when he decides to
yeah,
take his passion.
yeah.
So I'm all set to read that.
Yeah, which I think is the journey of everybody. It is like that with all of us that we don't know how to make that choice. And I also lived that journey because as I said for 7 years I was doing both. You know,
Yeah.
trying to figure out I keep my paycheck also there and keep my and fulfill my passion also. But I think yeah, that's what one has to do. That's the way. That's the path. Yeah.
So how did you maintain a balance between paycheck and passion then?
So yeah, there are two things basically, and it sound a little cliched, but basically it's about discipline, I think. So, so because see, when I was doing the one thing was that all my paycheck decisions would somewhere lead to passion. I think that is a
Okay.
very simple thing to understand. So, for example, when I was I was taking admission into my MBA. So I had a choice between Delhi and Mumbai, kind depending on the colleges that I had. I chose to come to Mumbai because I knew that it will open new avenues. It can open new avenues. That's a choice. The second thing is that when I was doing my job also, then I was for a long period I was posted, you know, because I was working in FMCG, so I was posted in Rajasthan, I was posted in up country, interior and that. So again, it was a conscious decision that I will move my paycheck in such a direction that I get my posting to Mumbai. Okay.
Okay.
So I took a job along with my paycheck. I moved to Mumbai. So by that, it helped me maintain that balance between paycheck and passion. Now in Mumbai, I ensured that when I'm writing, then every day after office, 10 to 2, I will write. So you make up a whole atmosphere or the environment around it. That yes, I will do my job during the day, and 10 to 2 I will write, and have that discipline to do it every day. So then you get that balance. But if you start craving that, oh, I don't get time, then you have to find a way to basically merge both of them together and see how they can converge at some point before you can diverge them at one point of time. Yeah. So yeah, that was the journey.
Okay, so we are gonna shift to talking a little Hindi because a lot of people are saying
Okay.
थोड़ा हिंदी में बोल लो तो
हिंदी
हम
में
कोशिश
जी
करेंगे
बिल्कुल जी
and
बिल्कुल नहीं हमारे
so
बहुत बहुत
अच्छा
जी जी
तो आपकी जो दूसरी बुक है the one
हाँ
that I have just read Tree with a Thousand Apples वो ट्रू इंसिडेंट्स
जी
पे बेस्ड है और कश्मीर पे बेस्ड है तो
जी जी।
ये जो बुक थी आपने कैसे डिसाइड किया कि मुझे इसके बारे में लिखना है
सो ये मतलब मेरा कोई ऐसा सोचा समझा डिसीजन टू बिगिन विद नहीं था। जैसे मैंने बोला कि एक्सीडेंटली मैं ऐसा आए मेरे को ये सब्जेक्ट में मैं घुस गई। हुआ यूं कि जैसे मैंने कहा कि मैं पहले जॉब करता था और एफएमसीजी कंपनी में जॉब करता था। और एफएमसीजी में जब एमबीए करके जाते हैं तो एमबीए वालों को पता होगा कि एमबीए करने के बाद एफएमसीजी कंपनियां जो है आपको सेल्स करने के लिए भेज देती हैं, ठीक है, आपको सेल्स मैनेजर बना देती है। तो मुझे भी बना दिया गया था और गांव गांव जाकर के सेल्स मैनेजमेंट करनी थी हमको। तो उसके लिए कुछ टाइम के लिए मेरी पोस्टिंग हुई थी कश्मीर में, ठीक है। तो मैं अपने जॉब करने के लिए मैं श्रीनगर गया, और चूंकि जब मैं वहां पर गया तो वहां पर मैं बहुत लोगों से मिला, वहां पर रहा, और उस माहौल को जब मैंने देखा, सुना, समझा, लोगों से बात हुई, तो मेरे जहन में एक कहानी जो है वो आप समझिए कि आने लगी थी। और मुझे नहीं पता था कि वो एक दिन एक किताब बनेगी, एक उपन्यास बनेगी। मेरे कॉलेज में रूममेट थे, कश्मीरी थे, मेरे बहुत अच्छे कुछ करीबी फ्रेंड्स जो हैं कश्मीरी रहे। तो वो कहानियां उनकी मैं सुनता रहा था, चाहे मेरे कॉलेज से हो, चाहे मुझे मैं वहां रहा था। और हर हर पर्सपेक्टिव से, कश्मीरी पंडित हो या कश्मीरी मुस्लिम हो, यहाँ पर जो आर्मी के लोग रहते हैं वो हो, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि वो सब कश्मीरी है जो वहां पर रहे हैं या वहां पर रहते हैं, उन सब की कहानी है। और कश्मीर की कहानी का खास बात यह है कि वो कहानी चाहे आपको एक कहानी लगती है, पर वो कहानी एक नहीं है, वो अलग अलग पर्सपेक्टिव्स की कहानी है। जो चाहे वो कश्मीरी मुस्लिम हो, कश्मीरी पंडित हो, या इंडियन आर्मी हो, हो सकता है जिसका पर्सपेक्टिव सही है पर किसी दूसरे के पर्सपेक्टिव से डिफरेंट है, अलग है। तो बस जब मैं उन लोगों से मिला और वो कहानियां मेरे जहन में रह गई, और उसके कुछ साल बाद मेरे अंदर वो कहानी आई, मुझे लगा मुझे बतानी चाहिए। और एट द कोर ऑफ इट वो एक 3 बच्चों की कहानी है, जैसे कि अभी आपने पढ़ा भी होगा। 3 बच्चे हैं, दीवान, सकीना, बिलाल। और कैसे कश्मीर जैसी जगह में ये 3 बच्चे इनोसेंट हैं। जैसे कि मेरे स्कूल में दोस्त हुआ करते थे, आपके स्कूल में दोस्त हुआ करते थे, हर एक के स्कूल में चाइल्डहुड फ्रेंड्स रहे हैं। ये 11-12 साल के बच्चे चाइल्डहुड फ्रेंड्स हैं, और एक दूसरे से बहुत इनकी दोस्ती है, प्रेम है। इन्हें नहीं पता आसपास की दुनिया में क्या चल रहा है। और फिर कैसे जो चीजें होती हैं, जो इवेंट्स होते हैं, वो कैसे इन तीनों को अलग कर देते हैं, अलग अलग राह चुनने को मजबूर कर देते हैं। और उनकी दोस्ती कैसे ये जो टेस्ट ऑफ टाइम है, ये जो सिचुएशन है, उससे जूझती है, उससे स्ट्रगल करती है। बाद में कैसे 20 साल बाद ये तीनों दोस्त, दीवान, सफीना, बिलाल, वापस मिलते हैं और अपनी दोस्ती के लिए क्या क्या करते हैं। ये बेसिकली उस चीज की कहानी है। तो मुझे लगता है चाहिए कश्मीर की कहानी है, बट इवेंचुअली ये हर बच्चे की कहानी है जो फिर बड़ा होता है और कैसे अपनी दोस्ती के लिए वो क्या क्या कर सकता है। ये ये एक यूनिवर्सल ह्यूमन इमोशन की कहानी है जो ये 3 बच्चे जो है बताते हैं। और बस वही मैं कहना चाह रहा था, मैं एक ह्यूमन कहानी बताना चाहता था, जो जो है कश्मीर में सेट, और कश्मीर की बात करती है, कश्मीर की परिस्थितियों की बात करती है। पर ये कहानी 3 दोस्तों की है, आम इंसान की है, मेरे और आपके जैसे इंसान।
आपने जब ये कहानी लिखी और अब जब ये पब्लिश हुई, कश्मीर हमेशा से एक सेंसिटिव टॉपिक रहा है हमारे यहाँ।
जी
अब तो बहुत
जी
ज्यादा सेंसिटिव रहा है पास्ट फ्यू
जी,
मंथ्स। तो जब आपको ये बुक
बिल्कुल।
पब्लिश करनी थी और कश्मीर से रिलेटेड थी, भले बेस्ड ऑन ट्रू इंसिडेंट्स है बट फिक्शन इज इन्वॉल्व, क्या आपको बहुत
हाँ,
डिफिकल्टी हुई थी? व्हाट वर द डिफिकल्टीज यू फेस्ड एट दैट टाइम?
वही एक्चुअली चूंकि ये कश्मीर से रिलेटेड था टॉपिक, तो उस वजह से पर्टिकुलरली कोई दिक्कत नहीं हुई। इनफैक्ट
ओके।
कई लोगों ने जब किताब पढ़ी, और उसके बाद कई लोगों ने ये चीज कहा कि चूंकि किताब जो है वो कोई एक पर्सपेक्टिव नहीं देती है, किताब एक बैलेंस पर्सपेक्टिव देती है। तो उस वजह से इसी चीज को मोस्टली लोगों ने सराहा। किसी ने आकर के ये ब्लेम नहीं किया कि अरे आपने जो वन साइडेड किताब या एक वन साइडेड कहानी बताई है। चूंकि वो एक बैलेंस पर्सपेक्टिव देती है और एक ऑनेस्ट पर्सपेक्टिव देती है, तो वो चीज एक्चुअली मेरे पॉजिटिव रही। ठीक है, शायद थोड़ी कंट्रोवर्सी हो जाती तो और बिक जाती, तो वो एक ऑब्जेक्टिव तो रहा ही, वो हुई नहीं। तो तो लोगों ने जो है इसी चीज को बहुत सबसे ज्यादा सराहा भी है एक्चुअली। तो वो एक डबल एज स्वॉर्ड है, वो आप ऐसा कुछ चाहते नहीं हो कि ऐसा कुछ हो। आप एक ऑनेस्ट कहानी बताना चाहते हो जो सच्ची कहानी है, और वही मैंने कही, और वही लोगों को पसंद आई, और उसी चीज को लेकर के मुझे गर्व भी है और खुशी भी है। तो हाँ,
आपने डायलॉग राइटिंग, स्क्रीन राइटिंग की है फॉर मूवी बहन होगी तेरी, विद स्टार्स
हाँ,
राजकुमार राव एंड श्रुति हसन, मेड बाय अमल मोहन, अंशुल मोहन। तो
हाँ, जी।
स्क्रीन राइटिंग, डायलॉग राइटिंग, कैसा रहा वो एक्सपीरियंस?
काफी अच्छा रहा एक्चुअली। मैं शुरू से और राइटिंग का तो मतलब ये था कि चलो चाहे किताब हो, चाहे फिल्म हो, चाहे वेब हो, मैं करना तो सभी कुछ चाहता था। सो शुरुआत किताबों से हुई, बट फिर उसके बाद फिल्म भी रास्ते में आई और मैंने वो जर्नी जो है शुरू करी। तो थैंकफुल कि मेरे को ये फिल्म मिली और मैंने उसके डायलॉग्स किए, अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा। और उसके बाद से भी फिर आगे और कई फिल्में कर रहा हूँ, लिख रहा हूँ, वो जब आएंगी तब आएंगी। पर दोनों का जो जॉनर है और जो तरीका है वो ऑब्वियसली बिल्कुल अलग है, क्योंकि फिल्म जब बहुत ज्यादा कोलैबोरेटिव चीज है। एक एक किताब के लिए तो यू आर द सोल ओनर, आप सब कुछ ही हैं उसके। आप उसके डायरेक्टर भी हैं, राइटर
जी।
भी हैं, कॉस्ट्यूम डिजाइनर भी हैं, एडिटर भी हैं, डीओपी भी हैं, सब कुछ ही है। पर फिल्म के लिए ऑब्वियसली अलग अलग लोग ये करते हैं, तो वो कोलैबोरेटिव क्रिएशन का तरीका समझना और उस पे अमल करना while keeping your conviction and honesty intact is मेरे ख्याल से सबसे जरूरी चीज है, या सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है फिल्म के लिए। और आप समझते हैं कि एक हम किताब में तो क्या करते हैं, एक एक्टर को हम जो है अपने हिसाब से मोल्ड कर लेते हैं, पर फिल्म में एक रियल इंसान को वो अदाकारी प्ले करनी है, और उसके लिए वो इमोशन ट्रांसफर करना जो हमने सोचा है, एक राइटर ने जो सोचा है वो ट्रांसफर करना, वो बहुत जरूरी है। तो वो एक की डिफरेंस है, बट इवेंचुअली एट द एंड ऑफ द डे दोनों स्टोरी टेलिंग है, दोनों इमोशंस को जो है आगे ले जाना है, तो सिमिलर चीज है।
सो आप अभी बहुत सारी और भी मूवीज और सीरीज वगैरह लिख रहे हैं, एंड ऑब्वियसली हम उसके बारे में भी फ्यूचर में डिस्कस करेंगे, बट बहन होगी तेरी वाज योर फर्स्ट वन, एनी पर्टिकुलर डायलॉग विच इज योर फेवरेट फ्रॉम ऑल द डायलॉग्स यू रोट फॉर दैट मूवी?
ये राहुल नाम के लोग इतने कमीने क्यों होते हैं? सो वो एक डायलॉग है उसमें, दो तीन डायलॉग है इसमें। एक डायलॉग है कि जो विलन, जो बेसिकली जो लड़का, उसका नाम राहुल। तो जो राजकुमार का एक डायलॉग है, जो छत की टंकी पर वो ड्रंक हालत में वो बोल रहे हैं कि ये राहुल नाम के लड़के इतने कमीने क्यों होते हैं। तो वो एक डायलॉग जो जो काफी जो है इंटरेस्टिंग है, मुझे याद है। फिर एक जो है वो जो डायलॉग बोलते हैं कि जब वो अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, बिन्नी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, तो बोलते हैं कि बचपन, वो भी बचपन का प्यार है उनका, तो बोलते हैं कि मेरे निक्कर के जमाने की मोहब्बत। तो
आपकी वॉइस क्रैक हुई, अगर आप वो वापस बोल सकें तो।
वो बोलते हैं कि जब वो अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड के बारे में बोलते हैं, तो क्योंकि वो बचपन से जानते हैं उसको, ठीक है, नेबर्स रहे हैं दोनों बेसिकली, तो अभी प्यार है नहीं, वो नेबर्स रहे हैं। और वो जो उसको, उसके पेरेंट्स जो है उनको उनको भाई बहन बोलते हैं, जैसे हर मोहल्ले में होता है। तो वो बोलते हैं कि मेरे निक्कर के जमाने की मोहब्बत है। तो निक्कर के जमाने यानी कि बचपन के जमाने की। तो इस टाइप की कुछ कुछ चीजें हैं जो जो इंटरेस्टिंग इंटरेस्टिंग एक्सपीरियंस था।
आपका फेवरेट ऑथर कौन है?
ये अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा है आपने। और काफी है, पर खालिद हुसैनी इंग्लिश में, जिन्होंने काइट रनर या थाउजेंड स्प्लेंडेड सन्स लिखी है। अर्नेस्ट हेमिंग्वे इंग्लिश में, जिन्होंने फेयरवेल टू आर्म्स या फिर ओल्ड मैन एंड द सी लिखी है। जेएम कोएट्जे अगेन इंग्लिश में, जिन्होंने डिसग्रेस लिखी है। खुशवंत सिन्हा, जिन्होंने ट्रेन टू पाकिस्तान लिखी है। और हिंदी में प्रेमचंद, जिन्होंने कई हिंदी उपन्यास लिखे हैं। गोदान गोदान मेरी कुछ पसंदीदा किताबों में इनफैक्ट ट्रेन टू पाकिस्तान या फिर काइट रनर, ये बहुत मुझे किताबें पसंद हैं। इनफैक्ट
और
मेरे
ये
जो हाँ,
आपकी वॉइस क्रैक हो रही है क्या, इनफैक्ट?
इनफैक्ट जो मतलब इनिशियल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स जो रहे हैं मेरे, वो ये किताबें जो हैं, ट्रेन टू पाकिस्तान या फिर काइट रनर या फिर डिसग्रेस, या इस टाइप की कई किताबें हैं जो बहुत इन्फ्लुएंस करी हैं। 100 Years of Solitude मार्केस की किताब है। तो या हेमिंग्वे की कोई भी किताब आप उठा लीजिए, फेयरवेल टू आर्म्स, द सन ऑल्सो राइजेस, उनकी कई कई लाइंस, एज एन ऑथर हेमिंग्वे ने मुझे बहुत इंस्पायर किया है। जिस तरीके की वो कहानियां बताना चाहते थे, जो जो पावर और ग्रेस वो प्रोजेक्ट करते थे अपनी राइटिंग में, वही कोशिश रहती है कि चलो हम अपनी कहानियों में लेकर के आए। तो
और लाइक अगर आप हमारे लाइफ के बाद, इफ यू कुड शेयर दिस इवन ऑन योर स्टोरी, बिकॉज our listeners would like to keep a snapshot of it क्योंकि आपने इतनी अच्छी बुक शेयर की, इतने अच्छे ऑथर्स के बारे में बताया है. So a few of them had commented कि अगर आप वो स्टोरी पे शेयर कर सके हमें टैग करके, because they would like to put it in their to read section.
ओके, क्या करना है मुझे? आई एम सॉरी, बताइए क्या करना है?
जो आपने फेवरेट ऑथर्स बोले थे और उनकी बुक्स का जो आपने अभी नाम लिया था, सो somebody also said that couldn't make a note, तो अगर आप अपने स्टोरी पे शेयर कर सकें और मुझे भी टैग कर दीजिए तो मैं रीपोस्ट कर लूंगी वो, क्योंकि 2 लोगों ने वो स्पेशली कहा था दैट ही couldn't make a note of it.
राइट नाउ अभी कमेंट कर दूं क्या?
नहीं नहीं, आप आराम से हमारे लाइव के बाद अपने स्टोरी पे डाल दीजिएगा द ऑथर्स एंड दिस दैट यू सेड. Okay, I am going to play a very quick question with you. This or that? Paperback की e-book?
पेपरबैक.
Soft cover की hard cover?
हाँ,
Novel की dialogues?
नॉवल.
Cover की blurb?
कवर.
Autobiography की memoir?
ऑटोबायोग्राफी.
Favorite autobiography that you've read till now?
फेवरेट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू चूज, बट जो रिसेंट मैंने पढ़ी है वो बता देता हूँ, विच इज आंद्रे अगासी's ओपन. सो
Okay.
जर्नी है. सो रिसेंट, इट इज द मोस्ट रिसेंट दैट आई रेड.
Fiction or non-fiction? Recent fiction book you've read?
Recent fiction book is also this The Sellout by Paul Beatty. With a good humor, good satire, good laced with humor. But yeah, that is the recent fiction book.
Thriller or romantic?
Thriller. Thriller.
Recent thriller?
Recent thriller जो अभी मैंने कुछ दिन पहले अगर पढ़ी थी, थ्रिलर बुक पढ़े तो थोड़ा टाइम हो गया, पर मूवीज जो है वो रिसेंट जो है काफी देखी थी. पर अगर बुक में अगर मैं जाऊं तो फिर आई थिंक मैंने एक इनकी बुक पढ़ी थी, रवि सुब्रमण्यम की थ्रिलर मुझे काफी अच्छी लगती है, तो उनकी मैंने जो है लेटेस्ट जो है थ्रिलर पढ़ी थी. वो थोड़ी पुरानी वाली बुक थी, वो इन द नेम ऑफ गॉड मैंने अभी थोड़ी रिसेंटली पढ़ी थी. दैट इज आई थिंक द रिसेंट थ्रिलर आई हैव.
Self-help or mythological?
Mythological.
Recent mythological book that you've read or in some time that you would suggest?
Of course, Amish's books. So those are the recent mythological books. Everybody. Yeah.
Okay, if you had to never use a phone or never use a social media, which one would you do?
Never use a social media.
Twitter or Instagram?
Instagram. Twitter बहुत पॉलिटिकल होता जा रहा है. Instagram is much better.
अगर आपको एक वर्ड इन्वेंट करना होता तो क्या वर्ड होता?
ये तो डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन आपने. I
ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन पे हम आपको सोचने का टाइम देते हैं, पर जब भी आपको एक वर्ड इन्वेंट, यू हैव लाइक 48 hours, you have to invent a word and tell our viewers.
Instagram करके कुछ है क्या? I'm not come across the Bookstagram. नहीं है.
No, Bookstagram है, Filmstagram. Okay, so the word.
ये hashtag Filmstagram जिसमें जैसे Bookstagram is a very good hashtag actually.
Yeah.
You should have a Filmstagram. It's a good invention.
चलो आज से हम हैशटैग करते हैं Filmstagram. Whenever we watch something, we'll use this word Filmstagram.
भी हम हाँ फिल्म के बारे में कुछ भी डालेंगे Filmstagram करेंगे. We'll make it famous. Invention patent होगा हम दोनों का.
Done. अगर आपकी अभी तक की जर्नी पे एक बुक लिखी जाती, what would you title that book?
ये स्ट्रगल तब खत्म होगा बॉस.
कभी नहीं. वो टाइटल होता है ये स्ट्रगल कब खत्म होगा बॉस. टैगलाइन, सब टैगलाइन कभी नहीं.
आई थिंक काफी बिकेगी ये बुक.
चलिए, तो 2 चीजें हो गई, एक तो स्ट्रगल कब खत्म होगा एंड Filmstagram that we shall make it tag.
करेक्ट.
Let's make it trend.
हर कोई अपने आप से ये क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है ना, कोई कितना भी सक्सेसफुल है ना, अपनी जिंदगी में तो वो उसका स्ट्रगल ही है, फिर उसके रेलेवेंस में. कोई
ट्रू।
बड़ा एक्टर
और
प्रोड्यूसर उसको तो अगली चीज
अरे
करनी है।
लाइफ पे भी स्ट्रगल है, इंटरनेट चलेगा कि नहीं, आवाज पहुंचेगी कि नहीं, कनेक्ट होगा कि नहीं।
करेक्ट करेक्ट, लोग जो है देखने आएंगे कि नहीं, इतनी मेहनत से लाइव करो करो
व्यूअर्स,
मीटअप
आई
करो,
नो,
तो आएंगे
व्यूअर्स
कि नहीं।
अभी आएंगे, आईजीटीवी पे आएंगे कि नहीं, कमेंट अच्छा करेंगे कि नहीं।
करेक्ट करेक्ट। तो यस, आई थिंक बहुत
तो
रेलिवेंट
एवरी,
है ये भी, हमें कॉपीराइट पेटेंट करा देना चाहिए।
ठीक है, आप दोनों
मिल करके
पेटेंट करा
लिखेंगे
दीजिए।
जी।
डन। सो
हाँ,
थैंक यू संचित फॉर जॉइनिंग अस लाइव, बहुत मजा आया ये लाइव सेशन में, एंड आई बीन एंजॉयिंग रीडिंग योर बुक। आई एम गोना स्टार्ट रीडिंग सेकंड विंड वेरी सून and get in touch
थैंक
with
यू,
you again, and all the best with your writing during quarantine.
थैंक यू एंड ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू टू। एंड अगेन बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, शुक्रिया, थैंक यू फॉर हैविंग मी। ओके बाय गाइस, नाइस टू हैव यू,
Bye.
नाइस।